At a recent startup grind, founder of the digital marketing agency Quirk spoke to the gathering of entrepreneurs and marketers about advertising strategies in the digital age.
E-commerce is happening in South Africa. It definitely is happening. It's still early days, and I think it's still tough to make good margins at scale. But if you haven't started now, it's almost too late, because there's a lot of lessons that one needs to learn in e-commerce, a lot of logistics issues, and you just can't fast track those lessons. And so rather learn them now whilst the market is still on the up and up before it's at the top. But it's definitely happening. You know, the only, in my opinion, there's two barriers really to big-time e-commerce in South Africa. One is volume of people, which is being addressed quite quickly. You know, we've got same people online, the number of people online as they have in the whole of Ireland, and yet there's lots of e-commerce companies in Ireland. But also logistics. Getting a package from A to B is still quite a challenge, or very expensive in South Africa. But that problem is also being solved quite quickly indeed. And yeah, so I think it's the place to be. I think the most important thing is to understand what you want with your marketing activities. Sounds obvious to say, but very few marketers, in my experience, or not enough, maybe not very few is a bit harsh, but not enough marketers take the time to really detail their objectives and the objectives that may lead to the objectives. So in a social channel, it is quite difficult to sell unless you're selling something online or you're generating a lead, but there may be an activity before that. Understand what that is, make sure that activity will lead at a certain level to sales, and then make sure you can drive that particular activity. But without knowing what you're looking for, what you want, it is much harder to achieve it. I know that seems like fairly obvious advice, but you'll be surprised.